Hi, my dear viewers. My name is Mtebi Ivan Jr., a nature photographer. Today I've come to share with you something very simple, and I'm going to be talking about our green nature and environment. There is a reason as to why Uganda is called a pearl of Africa and the mother of beauty nature. As Ugandans, we might not be able to know or even to understand how beautiful our environment is, how beautiful our nature is. But if I take you around what you're seeing, take a look at those birds. Yeah, see the way they're enjoying the environment. And I think from that perspective, we have a reason as to why we need really to protect the environment. We really need to protect those birds because they contribute a lot to our mother nature, Uganda. Sometimes it takes us a lot of time to really understand how beautiful, these things are. When you look at those birds, when you hear their sounds, singing different songs with different melodies, I'm very sure that you cannot fail to be tempted also to follow their eyes, to follow them with your eyes and to see how beautiful the things are able to play around and make you smile at the end of the day. We are forgetting that nature is a stress healer to most of us, that we normally tend to find ourselves persevering through different areas of hardships, and we go through a lot of hassles and hurdles along the day. But when you happen to listen to those melodies of those beautiful birds, you cannot forget to know the reason as to why Uganda is beautiful and is gifted. As a nature photographer, I've taken long to really understand and to understand the reason as to why most of the developed countries are able to protect these things. But one time, as I was looking at our own bird, the crested crane, when you took a look at that crested crane, you're seeing right there, it is a bird live along being respected here in my home country, Uganda. But when you look at its colors, when you look at its feathers, the body, the way it walks, they are so beautiful, they are so amazing, that when you look at them, it has a message that it sends to you. Just take a look, just take a walk, give yourself a ride, go, try to dine with them. Someone will ask me, how can you dine with a crested crane? But you can have a lot of things to share with it. You can say stories and it can answer you. That is how beautiful Uganda cranes, the Uganda crested crane is. Sorry to call it Uganda cranes. But anyway, it's where the name was birthed from. So these are the things that we really need to really question us, why we should love environment and why we should love all these bigger things we are seeing. Where I'm seated here, I'm seeing a green environment back behind me here. But when I look at these environments, you don't know how beautiful and how good I feel when I look at them. They are healing my eyes just because I've looked at them like this, feeling them like this, touching them like this. They have different textures. Which textures you can feel in your fingers, you can feel in your palms, and when you really happen to share them a lot of things, they are medicines. These are medicine that even our ancestors used to heal themselves, and this is how beauty Uganda is. So my dear friends out there, I've taken a lot of things and I'm going to be sharing with you different stories about different species of life here in Uganda, and I'm very sure that by the time you'll be able to see or to watch more of the videos I'm going to be uploading on my channel, you'll be excited and you'll be able to understand the biodiversity that Uganda is carrying in its arms. But the question is, the question I can ask you, even you, my dear viewer, what is going astray? do we know the reason as to why God gifted us with all this kind of beauty? Have you ever taken an initiative to make your children love the environment? Or sometimes you just see it as something simple and maybe something that was supposed to be given to you. I very much understand that when you take a walk, you can see different futures of life on planet Earth. And what I can assure you is that each and everything that you say leaves a question to you. But what worries is that most of the times we do not take those questions as something essential. But at the end of the day, we have to be liable, or we are liable to those questions, and we have to answer them. Loving your environment, loving nature is something that one can only be able to understand and to take as something important. The moment you happen to do so, you'll be able to understand the reason as to why we are all enjoying this for free. Uganda is a country where you can find different lives or different species of life, and by finding them you actually get to understand that these things are there not for any other person but you, me and you the person who is watching me. So most of the times, let us be the very persons to understand the reason as to why we are having these things in place. I one time looked at the egret. The egrets are the birds that most of the times we find grazing with cows. Have you ever asked yourself why those egrets are so much loved by cows, or why do they love cows so much? And actually, you cannot find a cow chasing an egret. Why? Because they are so beautiful, live along being beautiful, but they are, healers to those cows. I'm very sure all we know about ticks. Ticks are those insects, that are found on cows, feeding from the cows or from the cattle. But those egrets, they are so good at taking off those ticks from the cows. And it's very hard for you to find a cow or a cattle chasing those birds away from them. So that is how beautiful the environment is. People move around the world to come and see these egrets from Africa, and particularly in Uganda. If you want to do, or to want to trek, you want to see those birds, you can join me, and I'll be able to direct you and also to take you in those places where we can find those egrets grazing with cattle in a number of them, and we will be able to witness and learn from them. That is the hospitality. The hospitality of Ugandans do not stop from humans only, but they go even beyond other species of life. So I thank you so much for allowing me taking you through this introduction. I remain Mutebi Ivan Jr., a nature photographer here in Uganda, and this is just a beginning. Please keep following me. I'll be able to share with you more different things, and next time I'm going to be talking about individual life species. Let's say I will be talking about one by one. The moment you see a thumbnail of something, of a bird, of an insect, I'll be able to give you a story about it. Keep following. I love you. Stay blessed.